It's me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. All right, guys, so I got a message from a woman, and she said, why is it so hard for Aquarius to find love? And I told her, I think it's a couple different things that happen. And I think some of us do all of them. Some of us do certain ones. And it really just depends on who you are as a person. I think I've done all of these. And the first one is that I think Aquarius, especially when we're young, we try to find love. We actively look for it. And I don't think that's how you find love. I don't think you just go to bars and clubs and, different places until, you meet your person, I think that it's more of an energy thing. I think that you draw the right person to you if it is indeed the right person or the right person for what you need at that moment, depending upon what's going on. So I think that instead of looking for people or looking for a special person, looking for somebody to fall in love with, we should just use our law of attraction. That's why the law is called law. Use the law. It's just like the law of gravity. Use it to your advantage. Draw the person to you. I don't think looking for them really works. I think drawing them to you is how an Aquarius can find that connection. I don't think you're just going to find it flipping through Tinder. Not to say that you can't, not to say that nobody has, because I'm sure as soon as that comes out my mouth, somebody gonna say, I did. I was on Tinder and met the love of my life. Okay, so okay, it probably happens sometimes. But I think for most of us, it will be more of a process of drawing the person to us by number one, working the law of attraction. And if you break down the law of attraction, that means you have to make sure you're ready for the person. So making sure you're healed and you're prepared and ready to receive, you're in a good space in your life where you're good to be in a relationship, and you're open and you're communicative and you're ready for this other person. And then the universe gets the message like, okay, this person is ready for a real relationship. They're ready to fall in love. I think most of us don't get it because we're not ready for it. So that very first part of the law of attraction isn't fulfilled, so we don't find the person that is going to be our special person. Likewise, because we're not vibrating right, we're drawing the wrong persons to us and trying to turn the wrong persons into the right persons. How many of you met somebody and you knew that wasn't the right person for you, Aquarius, and you kept trying to mold them, to help them, to heal them, to fix them, You were trying to turn them into what you wanted, knowing they weren't what you wanted. You can't change somebody to be your ideal. And that's another thing with Aquarius. We have ideals. And I'm not going to knock the ideals because I have my own. And I'm not letting go of them. But sometimes our ideals aren't realistic. So you want something that doesn't even exist. So I think that you have to make sure that your ideals, they're based in reality. They're based in something that, you can actually manifest. If you're, let's say, for example, you have the ideal of manifesting a perfect person, you're never going to get that because none of us are perfect. We're all flawed. So you're trying to manifest something that theoretically that doesn't exist, So that's something that could be a really big deal. So that's what I think is the problem. I think that we're going about it the wrong way. We're not preparing ourselves. We're not getting ourselves ready. We're trying to look for love in all the wrong places, instead of just sitting back and doing the work on ourselves to vibrate and draw that person towards us. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to go out. That's not to say that you might not meet this person while you're out. You probably will. But if you're prepared, if you're vibrating correctly, and you're prepared for this person, when they come along, it'll be the right person. It'll be a life partner, not a life lesson. because every romantic situation you get into, probably every situation you get into, period. But the romantic ones are the most intense, so that's why we focus on them. So every romantic relationship you probably get into is a life lesson or a life partner, and it's probably more life lessons than potential life partners. So 9 times out of 10, whenever I meet somebody, the first thing I think is, this a partner or a lesson? That's the first thing. And I start looking for things that could be a message to me, things that have tripped me up in the past. Because usually, if it's a lesson, it's something I've already come across and either overcame or failed at. So I'm looking like, okay, is this one of my, I got to redo, or is this something I already mastered? And I'm looking at the person like, okay, because it's probably one or the other. And in most cases, it's a lesson. In most cases, it's some lesson that I have to get or I have to master or something along those lines. And for most of us, that's going to be the case. Our romantic partners are definitely used by the universe. They definitely are used by the universe to teach us. A lot of our partners come as teachers, and we don't recognize that they're teaching us a life lesson until after it's over. That's the thing. Until after you've accomplished or experienced whatever, that's when you're like, oh, that was meant to teach me self-love. Oh, that was meant to teach me to stand up for myself. Ah, that was meant to teach me boundaries. That was meant to teach me respect. That was meant to teach me more self-love. After it's over, you be like, that's what that was for. But during the time that it's happening, a lot of us don't pick up on that. I didn't, at least. Started picking up on it later. So that's why the Aquarius has a hard time finding love. So I would say, Aquarius, if you have realistic ideals that can be achieved, and you are prepared, you prepared yourself to receive true love, I think that's the best way for you to draw true love, and then you'll have it. Now, mind you, I haven't gone through this process, because a long time ago, Mother Mary told me in a dream or a vision or something, I can't remember which one it was. She told me to prepare myself to receive what I wanted from a romantic partner. She told me to build the altar, the love altar, which I did build, and she told me to prepare myself. I'm still not prepared, y'all. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm not even going to try to say like, oh, well, I'm not prepared. I'm still not prepared. And that was a long time ago. It had to have been months ago. I'm not prepared. I'm still working through my thought processes about what I want or don't want in a relationship. And I need to focus on what I do want, not what I don't want. But either way, I'm not ready. I'm still not ready. I'm still trying to get my head right. And it doesn't come until you get your head right. Your head right, your heart right, your spirit right. Everything has to be right. And everything with me is right except that my head is not in the game. I'm just like, some days I'm like, yeah, I really want to be with somebody. And then some days I'm like, this doing whatever I want thing is kind of cool. So I go back and forth with this. So my head has not made a decision. And you cannot manifest anything until you decide what you want. And until I decide clearly what I want, I'm not getting nothing. And what I do want, I don't want. When somebody does try to court me, I'm like, I'm good. Nah, haven't seen nothing I wanted in years, And that's simply because of the fact that, like I said, I don't know what I want. I know what I don't want, but I don't know what I do want. And you can't manifest like that. So one day, if it's important to me, I'll get it together. I will get it together. So we'll see. All right, guys. So you get out there, heal yourselves, and go find love, Aquarius. It's time for me to get going. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody else who's wondering about love, please pass this on to them. If you would like to give me a love donation, my PayPal will be underneath this video. If you would like to get a reading, please email me, and I'll put down my social media information and information in case you would like to send me a gift. Likewise, please come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.